Welcome to the InfoWars Nightly News. I'm your host, Melissa Melton, and here's what we have coming up for you on this December 19th, 2012 edition.
Tonight, calls from mainstream media and politicians for Obama to revoke the Second Amendment by executive order. Then, Obama advances his plan to bankrupt the coal industry and your family with new CO2 limits. And TSA-style sexual assaults come to the highways of America. All that and more, tonight on InfoWars Nightly News.
Our top story tonight should distress some of you, even if you saw it coming as it did me. Reuters has now openly called for Obama to act as a dictator and ban our guns. In a story they published earlier this week, actually entitled, "Even Without Congress, Obama Could Act to Restrict Guns." That's actually what they titled the story. And they go on with a subheading that begins, "Unburdened by re-election worries and empowered by law to act without Congress, U.S. President Barack Obama could take action." What American law empowers him to act like a dictator? I'm not really sure what that is. But according to this story, it is now official. America is under an admitted dictatorship. They go on to say Obama does not need to fear alienating voters who favor gun rights, and that he can press ahead without lawmakers, and that his administration has the power to issue executive orders or new rules, options that Obama is likely to consider. So let's get this straight. Obama's administration, a body that is administrative only, can now administer executive orders that are circumventing Congress. They're going around the voice of the people, and they can make new rules. I'm not really sure where new rules is actually mentioned in the Constitution, but apparently, according to Reuters, it's in there somewhere. They also go on to discuss the fact that Obama's U.S. Justice Department appointees have been busy studying ideas for gun control ever since the Gabrielle Giffords shooting. And basically, the bottom line on this is the Second Amendment is pretty clear on this point. It says, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Shall not be infringed, period. The whole point of the Second Amendment was to protect us from a total takeover of a tyrannical government, which is the exact kind of tyrannical government that we're seeing do this right now. So Reuters isn't the only one either. The media, they're not alone in this. There are lots of political figureheads coming forward to call for Obama's executive orders and executive actions, starting with New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg, who's coming forward to demand Obama takes executive action against our Second Amendment. And he actually went on Meet the Press and said, quote, "It's time for the president, I think, to stand up and lead and tell this country what we should do, not go to Congress and say, what do you guys want to do?" So apparently Congress has no power now. It's just Obama needs to come out and tell everybody what to do. He's just straight up calling for him to be a dictator. And he actually continues and says, what the president can do is, number one, through executive action, he can order his agencies to enforce the laws more aggressively. This country is supposed to have a system of checks and balances. We have three branches of government, not one. This is not an executive branch with a dictator sitting on a throne at the top that just rains down rule over everyone, and then a bunch of other random people that don't matter. It's supposed to be a balance of power between three branches of government. So this is outrageous, actually. Continuing on, Connecticut Senator Joe Lieberman said that if Obama can do something about guns by executive order, God bless him. He actually went on CNN and said, this is about trying to limit access to guns by people who shouldn't have them based on their records and to keep military weapons off the commercial market. If the president can do something now by executive order, God bless him. And the point I just want to make here is that the Connecticut shooter was allegedly using his mother's guns to commit this crime. I've read stories where he tried to get a gun and couldn't, and that the guns he used to perpetrate this were actually his mother's. So all these systems of regulations and checks and balances and all this stuff they're trying to enforce would not have applied here. And it also wouldn't have applied because this school was a gun-free zone anyway. He shouldn't have been taking guns there to begin with. The bottom line here is that criminals go and find ways to commit their crimes. They're not abiding by laws. These laws would not have mattered. It would not have made any difference at all what they're trying to do here. This is about power and control of the people and subverting our constitutional rights. So this isn't about making anybody safe. This is actually about them trying to take away our rights. All these people calling for him to be a dictator, and that's what it's about. And actually, Obama traveled to Newtown recently and held another press conference where he wiped away another fake tear, crying over these children when every day he's got drone strikes going on. They've killed now upwards of 200 children in Pakistan alone, and we don't see him crying any tears for them. And we've actually put together a special report. We're going to air it right now.
That video should be enough to make any person sick. It's disgusting. It is disgusting that he gets up there and wipes away fake tears while he's openly killing other people's children. This video is titled Obama Orders Child Murders, and it's going to go out on one of our sub-channels. Please get it out to everybody you know, because this needs to be seen. This guy is a hypocrite, and it's disgusting. And it should make every one of you sick. He's sitting there talking about how society is going to be judged. We're going to be judged on allowing this to happen. This is horrible. Horrible. We're going to go to break. We'll be right back.